The concepts covered are: what is a forest? Visit a forest. Types of forests. Forests are a habitat of many kinds of animals. Significance of forests. What is a forest? A forest is an area with a high density of trees. Today, forests occupy approximately 1/3 of the Earth's land area. Forests are home to many animals and plant species. There are 3 major types of forests: tropical, temperate and boreal forests. Forests form a complete ecosystem that includes various living organisms such as trees, shrubs, plants, microorganisms, wild animals and birds. They also include non-living or abiotic factors such as sunlight, air, nutrients, water and rocks. Different forests in India. Forests are home of numerous of plant species. There are different kinds of trees found in the forest such as neem, bamboo, shisham, fig, sal, amma and teak. Along with trees, there are different herbs, shrubs, climbers, creepers, grasses and plants found in the forest. There is no need to plant trees in the forest as the forests provide favorable environmental conditions to plants so that they can germinate and grow on their own. What is a crown? The upper part or top of a tree is called its crown. Below are the different types of crowns. Different trees found in forests. What is canopy? The uppermost branches and leaves of tall trees which act as a roof over the forest ground is called canopy. It is the highest layer of vegetation in the forest. The branch part of a tree above the stem is known as the crown of the tree. Canopy. Stratification in forests. Stratification is the division of a natural habitat into several layers depending upon the heights of plants or vegetation of that area. This allows minimization of competition among the animals and allows them to survive easily. The number of layers of forest depends upon the climate, temperature, availability of light, type of soils and rainfall. Generally, the trees of a forest are divided into following sections. 1. Forest floor. It comprises of the shed leaves, stems, bark and the top layer of soil. 2. Herb layer. It consists of plants without woody stem. Those grow above the ground such as grasses. They are usually less in number in the forests. 3. Shrub layer. It consists of plants small to medium sizes. This layer requires the most sunlight. 4. Understory. It consists of plants that grow above the forest floor but lower than the canopy. They require less amount of light in order to grow. 5. Canopy. It consists of the tree crowns. It is always exposed to sunlight. 6. Emergent layer. It consists of the topmost layer of trees. It is generally found in tropical forests. Forests are a habitat of many kinds of animals. Forests provide favorable environmental conditions, food and shelter to a variety of wild animals, insects and microorganisms. The trees of the forest act as their shelter while a variety of plants and animals are their food. Forests are a home to a variety of insects and microorganisms because the soil of the forest is highly fertile and therefore it provides favorable living conditions such as water and nutrients to these organisms. Forests also support different food chains because of a complex biodiversity in the forests. Different organisms present on the earth are dependent on each other. For instance, herbivores feed on the plants and carnivores depend upon the herbivores. This chain of organisms being dependent on each other for their food is called a food chain. Food chain in forest. What is humus? Humus is the dark, organic material present on top of the soil. This organic matter mainly constitutes of dead and decaying animal substances, dried leaves, twigs, grasses, vegetables, microbes and other nutrients. Who are decomposers? Animals that feed on dead and decaying plants and animals and convert them into humus are called decomposers. How nutrients are recycled in the forest. The nutrients present in the soil are used by plants, insects and microorganisms. When they die, their remains are turned into organic matter by the decomposers. This keeps the soil fertile in the forests and recycles the nutrients. Why forests are called green lungs? Plants take up carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Hence the plants in the forest provide oxygen to the animals and their animals provide carbon dioxide to the plants. In this way, a balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide is maintained in the atmosphere in forests. This is the reason why forests are called green lungs. Forests maintain the amounts of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. Do people live in the forest? People from different tribes live in the forests. These people are dependent upon the forest for food, water, shelter and medicines. Why forests are called dynamic living entity? All the organisms, whether they are plants or animals, depend on each other and help each other to survive in the forest. The herbivores are dependent on the plants for their food. The carnivores are dependent on the herbivores. The decaying matter of dead animals, plants and their excreta enable the growth of more plants by providing them with adequate nutrients to grow. The decomposers decay the dead matter in the forest and support the growth of plants. Hence forests are called dynamic living entity. How forests prevent floods and soil erosion. Forests act as a natural absorber and allow the rainwater to seep into the earth. As a result, the water table of the area near the forest is high. The forests control the flow of water and prevent floods. The plants and trees prevent the rainwater from directly flowing away. In this way, forests allow a regulated supply of water to the nearby streams. The roots of the plants bind the soil and prevent heavy rainfall always from flowing it away. Hence, they also prevent soil erosion. How forests prevent pollution. The forests are a rich source of oxygen. Hence, the air in and around the forest is always fresh and clean. Forests prevent strong winds or dust storm from flowing in the area. The areas surrounding the forest generally have a cool climate and receive a good amount of rainfall. The forests also absorb loud sounds of the vehicles on the highways nearby and hence prevent noise pollution in the areas around the forest. How forests preserve the water cycle. The plants get rid of an excess of water through the process of transpiration. In this process, the water is released as water vapor in the atmosphere. Hence forests increase the water vapor content in the atmosphere. The water vapor condenses and forms clouds which lead to increased rainfalls in the area. This rainwater gets into the ground and increases the underground water levels. Hence forests preserve the water cycle. Forests preserve the water cycle. Significance of forests. Forests are a natural habitat of a wide variety of animals and plants. We receive oxygen from forests. Forests protect the soil. Forests provide habitat to a large number of animals. The neighboring areas get good rainfall due to forests. We get medicinal plants and timber from forests. Forest products. What is afforestation? Planting trees in unproductive areas and thereby increasing the forest land on Earth is called afforestation. Afforestation helps in increasing the forest land and thus helps in improving the environment of the Earth. It also leads to several benefits that the forests provide us. What is deforestation? Deforestation is the destruction of large number of trees in a forest and overuse of forest resources. The following are the reasons for deforestation. Construction of dams, highways and clearing of forests to convert them into cultivable land and other residential areas. The need for timber and medicinal plants, resulting in illegal logging and smuggling of the precious forest products. Construction of resorts in and around forests, leading to their destruction. Lack of awareness in people about the importance of forests. Overgrazing in forest by cattle from nearby villages. Poaching and hunting of animals for their meat, skin and bones causing a decrease in the number of animals and disturbance in the food chain. Consequences of deforestation. With no plants and trees to hold the soil together, the soil gets washed away by strong winds and flowing water. Things like wood, medicine and various other products, which we obtain from forests, would no longer be available. The most important consequence of deforestation is the change in climate. Without a forest cover, the amount of carbon dioxide will increase in the atmosphere, which will cause global warming. Animals will lose their natural habitat and they might even die. This will eventually lead to extinction of different species.